Hi, my name is Annelie and I come from the north of the Netherlands. I grew up by the sea, which might be why I only wear the color blue. As a designer, I seek to create value, and my inspiration comes from my environment. I often find myself listening to nature sounds. Listening to nature has shown to reduce stress and to make one more productive. How does this relate to Brabantia? Well, the ocean sound you're listening to right now comes from the steam of an iron. I'm looking forward to sharing more ironing sounds over the next weeks.
Hi, my name is Finn van Tol, and with my project, I dive into what ironing means to us subconsciously and how it can help us. I like to study human behavior through history, their myths, religion, and the culture they have built from centuries of exposure to the world. In these mythological stories, we see that we develop certain needs and attractions towards things that help us to not only stay alive in this world, but making our lives highly functional and meaningful. By analyzing and working with these underlying meanings of these myths and cultural traditions, I think there could be very valuable material for Babantia, and I would love to tell you more about it.
My name is Romina, and these are my ideas for Brabantia.
In this new era, specific materials are key to feeling safe, both indoors and outdoors. Wearable products help you leave and re enter your private space without letting the outside world infect the indoors. They also help you if you're stranded outdoors during a lockdown or public transport disruption. For indoors, I made 3D models of Brabantia products that use copper for the surfaces that users touch. Copper is a natural antimicrobial material on which viruses can't survive very long. For outdoors, I designed a balaclava with a mask that limits the exposure of the wearer and pockets for storing a survival kit. Brabantia already sells products that could go in this kit, a can opener, an alles opener, etc. But I'd also like to design personalized cutlery for this kit. Medieval people always carried personalized cutlery with them to use in inns or at parties.
My name is Mabel. I am someone who enjoys working with colours and textures, particularly experimenting with surface manipulation and producing new materials. Textile is my preferred medium throughout my projects, and I use illustrations as a main way of visualising my design process. When beginning this project, I was inspired by how I could use the iron in an alternative way to bring back the interest in the well-designed and useful appliance. I'm looking into how I could use it as a design tool to create textures, form interesting fabrics, and discover new possibilities for waste materials. I've been focusing on two techniques that the iron is essential for: embossing fabrics, which involves ironing a surface or object that stands out in a relief or binds fabrics together, and encasing, altering the structure and texture of a fabric by enclosing materials within. I'm also fascinated by how heat can manipulate fabrics by changing the colour as temperatures rise. This can be done by using thermochromic ink. I'm looking into how I could use this method within new contexts in the design field. These typically fashion-related techniques could offer new possibilities for furniture and interior design. I now plan to bring these techniques back to the redesigning of the ironing board, creating new functions for the domestic ritual.
Hey, it's Jiayuan. So my topic is how to adapt ironing into nowadays people living style. I first start with experiment how to remove wrinkle on the clothes without using ironing. While doing experiment by hair dryer, I'm obsessed with the ritual aspect of this process. So I was thinking how can I apply the ritual aspect onto ironing itself. I find many similarity between ironing and stress release videos. So my idea is to let people take ironing as a stress release way rather than a tiring mandatory daily job.